Hello everyone, Vito's A30 back with another deck review. Today we have the Dorado Maya editions or Maya decks from Emmanuel Volterra. We got the golden edition and the colored edition, or the golden deck, color deck, that's what they call them. I call them editions. For the top it says Dorado on top, Maya on the bottom, and you see some kind of Mayan figure on there doing some work, carrying some stuff. There's all sorts of symbols on there. That's what it's all about, is Mayan, Mayan stuff. On one side it says El Dorado, and the other side, upside down El Dorado. I don't know what happened there, but obviously a screw up. Top says El Dorado, the bottom nothing. The back, it's kind of weird. It says, I would kiss your mouth. Don't worry, I'm not. I will kiss your mouth between the plants of the milpa. Simmering beauty, you have to hurry. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Obviously some kind of Mayan quote. The bottom says Emmanuel Volterra, illustrator, and some trademark stuff. And some figures on there. And let me get to the cards. There's no seal. Start off with this one. And nothing on the flaps. Just a standard tuck case, no embossing or anything. So first of all, I get a Joker. Gold artwork. Joker in the corner is in a silver color. You can see because the black deck, there's some chipping going on. The other Joker is similar but different. It's actually the same figures that you see on the back of the tuck case, except they're both facing the same direction in this case, but they're similar. And this one's just all in gold. The back design, it's in a red, almost a copper color, really dark red. And you see all sorts of Mayan symbols and figures. It's not bad. Originally this deck, and this was our relaunch, because originally they were going to do it, it was going to be like all gold. And that doesn't make it very playable or anything like that, so he decided to alter it. And then he decided to add a colored version as well, which really put him over the top. And I really prefer the colored version myself. The Ace of Spades, you see some Mayan stuff going on there, I guess. And the index is a big letter. The pip and the clubs and spades is in silver. There's also this symbol here, which is a little bit, I don't even know what that means, what it is. And there's a dot. The dot actually relates to the value, as you'll see with the other aces. Spades and hearts and diamonds, I should say, are all gold and similar. And then your clubs and your diamonds. Now, also with this campaign, I should point out, came some dice, free dice, white dice, which is fine. And it's really nice. I like that. I like dice, and they're pretty interesting, pretty unusual. Probably not the most usable, but they're kind of cool. But the problem I had with this is it delayed the delivery of the project to backers, because he was giving this free to everyone who pledged the project. I think it was for everyone. And he had the decks, and this took like another couple of weeks to get. So it's kind of an unnecessary delay. It's nice. Gifts are nice. I like it. But it did frustrate me a little bit. One thing I dislike about Kickstarter projects is when I can get the decks from a card shop before mine even ships. And that was the case with this one. The values, again, are those dots. There's one dot. That's a 1. There's a 2. There's a 3 with a face on it. There's a 4. The solid line is a 5. And the line with a dot, 5 plus 1, 6. So it's a pretty interesting, I guess that's like a Mayan number system. I'm not 100% sure. The figures, or the court cards, I'm only going to show you a few on this deck. There's your king. And this one, the kings are all gods and emperors, with his kind of signature art style that he's done in his previous decks. The queens are just Mayan women doing all sorts of things. And the jacks are Mayan animals, creatures. The same pips. And you can see that you got the value. You got 5, 5, and 3. It's 13, so that's kind of cool. And you get the same thing with the number cards. There's a 5 and a 5 is 10. Custom pips. It's a usable deck, but it's not the most usable because it's mostly gold color. I can understand that, the gold color and everything, because, well, that kind of relates to the Mayan stuff that he was trying to get in there, is, like solid gold. But it doesn't work too well for playing cards. But anyways, then we got this colored deck, which is really nice. The back design is the same, except it's in a nice red color with white, well, kind of white-ish borders. The borders actually have a look to them, a kind of a stone look to them. And it is a one-way of the borders. The Joker's the same thing, but they're nice and colorful. Joker in the corner in black. And you can see again the faces. You look at the faces, it looks like an old type of a stone floor or wall or something like that, like a tile almost, like a marble. The other Joker's, same as the other deck, in red, this one. And the aces, really cool. I really like this deck a lot more than the other one, and it's my preference, but it was actually not a bad deal, not a bad price to get both of them. And I mean, the completionist in me wants to have both in my collection. Here's your court cards. They're pretty bizarre figures on these decks, but they're interesting. They're all Mayan, of course, inspired. Very nice and colorful. Any number cards, again, the custom pips. I really, like I said, much prefer the colors and the vibrancy of this deck, and the faces and everything. And the back design, it is a one-way. These are printed by MPC, make playing cards. The stock is decent, somewhat similar to a bicycle. The finish is some kind of embossed linen finish, but I don't know 100% what the stock and finish is, because it wasn't really specified. I think it's a 310 GSM stock, if I recall correctly, but that's all that was specified, nothing on the finish. Spreads pretty nicely though, as you can see. And it handles decently enough. I mean, certainly for playing cards, it's a good deck, or to collect. I wouldn't really perform magic with it, just because of the faces and because of the handling isn't the best. But overall, I mean, it's a pretty cool deck. They're available at different shops. I don't recall if collectibleplayingcards.com is selling them as of yet, but I believe I saw them on playingcards.net. But definitely check out Collectible Playing Cards. Use the code VITAZE to save 10% on your order. I would say if I was going to rate this one, probably 7 out of 10. This one, if I was going to rate it separately, it'd probably be a little bit higher, just because I like the color and everything a bit more, probably more like an 8 out of 10. But overall, it's a pretty nice decks. I like it. Comment, rate, subscribe, give it a thumb up. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time with more. Always more coming. See ya.